Hey there, welcome to Consult a Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and I am here to help you grow your channel, build your brand, and educate the sighted about the blind and visually impaired. In today's episode, we are covering day 29 of the LEDA challenge. I hope you enjoy this episode. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today. It's greatly appreciated that you're here. Let's get into it.
Disappointed by reality, trying to come back, start something new, build up yourself, it's all to you. Stay strong no matter what they say, you keep getting better every day. Hold your head up, never gonna stop, fears and proud, stand up and shout. Stand my ground.
Hey there, as I said, welcome to Consult a Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and in today's episode, we are covering LEDA Day 29. Holy crap, 29 days already have flown by like super quick. Real quick, I'm going to pull up my notes here so I can read today's description of what I am supposed to be doing here as well as in the LEDA group. Okay. Building your own community with the values you decided on won't happen by accident. Take clarity, repetition, and encouragement, especially if you want to be able to fall into the community. Your mission: choose some specific things you will do to train your own community to match your community value. Well, isn't that a nice topic? If you remember yesterday, I had stated that I wanted our community to be a safe space for everybody. Doesn't matter whether you're blind or visually impaired or whether you're sighted. Doesn't matter what kind of disability you have. Doesn't matter if you're not disabled. I want this to be a safe space for everybody, whether you're a subscriber or just a viewer stopping by. Why do I want to have this safe space in this sense? Well, being in the disabled or blind and visually impaired community, we deal with a lot of extra stress and discrimination and things that we hold very, very close to us. And sometimes they may not be personal attacks, but sometimes we may take it that way. And I don't want to see anybody, whether you're disabled or not disabled, be treated unfairly or with disrespect. Plain and simple. If you want to be disrespectful, you will be removed from the chat and from this channel in general. I will not tolerate that kind of thing, and my moderators know exactly that as well, because none of us want to have to deal with trolls or people being disrespectful, whether it's to anybody that's disabled or anybody that's not disabled. This is a place of respect, and it will stay a place of respect. Now, I do want to iterate that when I say this, that does not mean that we cannot have adult conversations here and touch on some sensitive topics to some people. It just means that if you do not like what we're talking about or you feel offended, by all means, feel offended. Let us know you feel offended, because that is not what we're trying to do. But what we do want to do is discuss these things on multiple different levels so we can come to a better understanding between each other and in society in general. As I said before, there's a lot of misconceptions and things that happen just because of us being visually impaired or blind. And I know that's the case for a lot of people, whether it's political views or your own personal view on a different topic, does not matter. We are all individuals, and I want to allow every individual their own opportunity to speak their mind. Whether I agree with it or not, I can agree to disagree. So let's take a minute here and we will acknowledge those here with us in the live stream. Divided by sight, thank you. And yes, please don't forget to hit that like button. Every little bit helps the algorithm. It would be greatly appreciated. Hey, Kim, happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good day. Studio Geek, thank you, Sammy, for showing up, brother. Just Samson in the house. Bruh, what's going on? Oh, driving the car, but a pullover for trolls. Yeah, I'm sure you'd pull the car over for more than just trolls, Samson. I got an overlay up and I didn't know I had one on. So give me 1 second and I'll take that down. But that is one of the series and a question that anybody here in the live stream is if you want to get off of disability. Sorry about having that one up there. I just uploaded all my overlays so everything's a little bit better for me. First, I do want to welcome you to the live stream. Hey, thanks for dropping the link to that video divided by sight. Greatly appreciated. Hey, Rhino Dog, what's going on, bro? So, as I was saying a moment ago, today's mission is to talk about how I'm going to train our community here in the values that I would like to see within our community. And already, I haven't had to really do a whole lot of training because just because of the community that we have here, it's already common knowledge of what I expect from our viewers, our subscribers, and from the moderators. It's already been established that we will not tolerate trolls or disrespect, but we will allow freedom of speech so we can have open discussion on any kind of topic, whether it's the police brutality, whether it's racism, whether it's misconceptions and stereotypes of the blind and visually impaired, or anything. We will allow open discussion because I believe it's very important that we discuss these issues so we can hopefully bridge that gap and bring people to an understanding of each other. That does not mean that we're going to hate on anybody because we feel like we don't cooperate with the same view set, but we will allow that to happen because we want everybody to express their individual opinion and not follow along with the crowd. Just saying. That is one of my biggest pet peeves is people being disrespectful to others and not allowing them to have that freedom of opinion or perspective, whichever way you really want to look at it. Because we are all individuals, we have that individual right to speak our minds. That is our First Amendment, and I will defend our First Amendment with my life. Just saying. I signed on that dotted line, and I will ensure that you have this safe space to be able to vent or bitch if you want to. If you want to, that's fine with me. It's not going to be something that is going to be harped on or frowned upon here because I understand that whole aspect of what it means to have free speech. If you do by chance have any questions, please, when you put them into the chat or into the comments, put question in all caps, it will help make it a lot easier for me to be able to see. What if they use their blindness as a crutch, saying I can't do because I'm blind? Well, they have to change their mindset, because just because you're blind or visually impaired does not necessarily mean you can't do something. Because if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. It may take you a bit longer than the average person who is sighted, but you can absolutely do something, even if you are blind. I know a couple people who are quite regular on this channel who are 100% blind and do just fine with being independent, doing things on YouTube, and creating their own content. I myself have been legally blind most of my life, and I spent 2.5 years as a first responder, firefighter, and EMT. I also spent 8 years in the Marine Corps and worked tirelessly alongside many great men and women in uniform across branches, whether it was Coast Guard, Navy, Army, Air Force. I interacted with them all. And if I can do that, then you can do it too. Don't discredit yourself. Have faith that you can do whatever it is you want to do. Whether your goal is being a live streamer like I've been doing this entire month, whether it's making recorded content and putting it here on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever platform, you can do it. You just have to have the mindset of doing it. In the last 28 days prior to today, I bet you've noticed the difference of me going from a monotone, hello, my name is Andrew, with no expression or anything in any of my content, to hi, my name's Andrew, and I'm here to help you grow your channel, build your brand, and educate the sighted about the blind and visually impaired. If I can improve that much in 28 days, there's no reason that you cannot have that same mindset and help yourself keep pushing forward. As I said, just mindset. Don't think I can't. Can't should not be in your vocabulary. Can should be, because you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Just keep that mindset of I can. Another good thing to think about is a good Marine Corps saying that I love using, and that's improvise, adapt, and overcome. Improvise a solution to your problem, adapt it to that problem, and overcome the problem. If you can do those three things, you can do anything. Serious. Might not be the traditional way of doing things, but you can do anything. Thank you, Divided by Sight. I'm glad you liked that answer. I'm doing my best to watch the phone as well as the laptop. That way I can see the chat as soon as it comes up. Sometimes the phone's a little bit quicker, sometimes the laptop's a little bit quicker. I am actually working on improving so I do not have to actually look at that. But when I zoom in on this computer, it makes me disappear, which is no big deal. However, it makes it so I cannot see if the overlays pop up when I want them to, or if it's the right one, because, well, I might be zoomed in and it might look right to me, but with my visual impairment, the way that the backlighting or color change to the overlay is a little bit more difficult for me to to ensure it's the right one. So I am doing my best to stay focused on the things that I want to pop up and make sure that it is the best quality video for you. And as I said, being visually impaired makes things a little bit tougher. I do want to take this opportunity and invite you to the Hangout group with us on Facebook. If you go to Facebook and search Consult a Blind Guy Hangout, you can find our community there. It is set to private to ensure that we don't have people coming in and being disrespectful or trolling the group in any way, but you are more than welcome to join us there. If you don't wish to ask questions here in the live chat or within the comments on the replay, you can also feel free to email me at consult.ablindguy@gmail.com. I would be more than happy to answer any questions or give you assistance there if you would like. I've got a question for you. Are you a content creator here on YouTube or on any other platform? Do you need help with making your content or figuring out the structure? Do you need help figuring out how you can go live? Anything like that, please, by all means, let me know. If you are a content creator, I would like to extend an invite to you so you can come on the channel and share about it and what you have for content. Another good question for you all here in the visually impaired community is, what was your dream career? What was it that you have always wanted to do? Because I would love to be able to help you accomplish those goals. That's the reason I'm here. Whether you're a YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, a Facebook streamer, anything like that, I'm here to help you. I have resources and connections that will be of benefit to you, and I think that it would be awesome that I would be able to help you grow that channel if you would like. Doesn't matter whether you're not a video creator. If you're just somebody who is offering services, I can help you build your brand as well. Now, this one's for everybody, whether you're in the live stream or in the replay. What is your biggest struggle right now? What is it that you're having difficulty with? Is it making your content? Is it building your email list? Maybe you're just having some personal issues and need somebody to vent to and have that relationship that you know you can have somebody safe to talk to that's not going to be judgmental towards you. If that's the case, by all means, you can always feel free to hit me up here on YouTube or in email or on Facebook or any social media. I'm here to help you in any way I can. Now, how else do I plan on training our community to follow along with the values within this community that I've already spoken on the past couple days? Well, another way I plan on implementing this training, as they're referring to it, is just by merely telling you what I expect and showing you what I expect. Whether it's from me personally or from the moderators, we are always here to answer your questions and help you. Whether you have questions about what we expect here, pardon me, coffee burps, or whether it is going to explain to you what will or will not be tolerated, which is, for an example, no racist jokes or racial comments, no discrimination because somebody is blind or visually impaired or disabled, or anything like that. It will not be tolerated. Racism and discrimination are two big topics that I will ensure never happen in this community, because if it does, you will be removed and blocked from this channel entirely. And in that instance, if you get blocked, you may come here and watch, but you'll never be heard on the chat, because it'll be ensured that the algorithm and the bots by YouTube will make sure that you never get one letter out of that chat or within the comments, because we will not tolerate it. Hooney. Yeah, I know that feeling, Samson. I so know that feeling. 24 hours in a day is just not long enough. I totally agree with that, bro. That is for sure. I'd be good with like 32 or 36. You know, we could just add on a little bit. I totally agree with that. Almost makes me think of Marine Corps days of staying up all night, pulling the all-nighters, or for instance, like one of my wonderful sleep deprivations I did to myself when the PlayStation 3 first came out. It was literally on my birthday. I bought one. In a matter of a couple days, it arrived. Once it arrived, I was on that PlayStation 3 for 7 days consecutively without sleep, nonstop. The only time my controller got put down was to go to the bathroom, and that was it. Because when I ate, I was still playing one handed because, well, I like first person shooters, and specifically when I am playing a first person shooter, I'm usually a sniper or somebody that sits off in the distance with a machine gun, and, well, I ain't got to move much because it just put them down. And in that situation, it was real simple just to sit there and keep pulling the trigger and not have to do a damn thing when I was eating. So I definitely know how you feel there, Samson, with wanting longer days, because that was one thing all my friends would say on a regular basis, because they'd be getting off a PlayStation and have to go to bed and get up early to go to work, and my ass would still be sitting there playing my game, and when they got home I was still playing my game, and that's how I managed to make it to number 1 in the Major League Gaming circuit for a few years in a row, is because I had that initial start and I spent an entire week of depriving myself of sleep to get as good as I could at my game. So I definitely understand your feeling on that one, brother. Okay, no new comments. Now, how else do I plan on training our community so they know what to expect in our streams, or in the content, or in premieres? Well, as I said, it's already pretty much common knowledge of what will be tolerated because of everything we've discussed over the past 3 weeks. Just about 4. We've only got 3 more days. Well, really, 2 more days, because it is the 29th. To me, I still say 3, because even though the 31st is our last day of the actual challenge, the second we have a LEDA party to celebrate the accomplishments over the last month, and I still consider that a part of our challenge. So, in that sense, we still have 3 days, but technically, we only have 2 more days of live streaming for the challenge. And again, I would love to get your input on how often you would like to see me continue streaming from this point on after August, because I am not streaming just for me, I am streaming for you. The whole purpose of this challenge was to help me gain the confidence to go live without having any fear of trolls, and have that ability to show you the true authentic me, or unique you, as Laria says from Live Streaming Pros. And I think I've done just that. I've shared things here as well as in the private group for the challenge that I haven't even shared with my own family. Some of the things that I've struggled with, some of my feelings towards situations in my life, and just general struggles that I know is common not only for the blind and visually impaired, but for everybody in general. Whether it's discrimination and racism, whether it's being stereotyped or having somebody misunderstand you, maybe it's somebody in your family who always wants to discredit you or cut you down. I know a lot of that feeling, and that's why I am here, because I want you to understand that you have somebody who does know exactly what it feels like to be in that predicament, and you can reach out to either me or one of the moderators, because we are all here and understand what those feelings are like. And if you need to vent, you need to bitch, cry on our shoulder, so to speak, because, well, with this whole damn COVID thing, it's not like we can really be physically in person anyway for you to be a literal shoulder to cry on. But we can still be here for you in that sense that you can vent to us without anything going anywhere else. Your privacy is safe with us. Your concerns are safe with us. There is not any going back and forth to other people and sharing anything. The only thing that might get shared is maybe somebody in the moderator team will let me know that they had somebody reach out to them and I might need to speak with them. But other than that, your privacy and your concerns and your feelings are safe with each individual. We are not going to hate on you or talk about you when we're not on the streams or behind your back. That's no, that won't be tolerated. And trust me, I know that feeling is probably stuck in your head because of past experiences. I've been there. I know that feeling, and that's why we have this community set up the way that we do, so you know you can trust each of us, whether it's me or one of the moderators. And if you're questioning who the moderators are, two of them are actually here right now, and that would be Just Samson, who is also a Marine Corps brother, as well as Divided by Sight, who is also visually impaired or legally blind, just like I am, from another type of RP. And we have a few other moderators who aren't here at this particular moment, but trust me when I say that each of us understand and is here for you if you need us. Um, I would like to take this opportunity for a moment and just throw this out there. It is not required, but if you would like to contribute or donate to this channel, you can send that to paypal.me/RavenAndrew. Donations are going to be put towards implementing giveaway items, being able to go to charity, and they will also help with purchasing gear to improve the quality of this channel. Now, it is not required, but it is deeply appreciated if you choose to do so. Unfortunately, I was looking at the other networks the other day for possible platforms to use, and it's not looking like I'm going to have much other than PayPal with my personal account until I can get off of disability because of the wonderful restrictions and requirements that we are to abide by. But I am actually in the process of making a Amazon wish list, which will consist of items that I would like to get to be able to do giveaways, such as like maybe a talking pedometer, which is a step counter, a talking thermometer for indoor or outdoors. That way, you can have a way to tell what temperature it is inside and outside and won't have to struggle looking at something or relying on somebody in the sense that you're going to have to hope that they can see it or that the thing is accurate, because we all know some of them mercury thermometers just aren't all that effective depending on where they're sitting. Excuse me. As well as cooking aids, mobility aids, excessive technology, and things like that. That way, I can give back to all of you here in the community who are blind and visually impaired, as well as some other things for those that are sighted as well, because it's not entirely for just the blind and visually impaired here. This is a community of diverse people, whether you're disabled, non disabled, sighted, not sighted. Doesn't matter whether you're in the US or whether you're in the UK, China, Thailand, whatever, we will have a way to accommodate each winner when it comes to that time for the giveaway. But I do want to be able to give back to everybody here for the support and encouragement you have all shown me, as well as to each other. Because you may not realize it, but it is greatly appreciated for each viewer, each subscriber here, and I can't thank you all enough for the help that you've all given me over the last 28 days. I still can't get over that. 28 days we've gone live already. Oh boy, I totally understand that, Samson. The time consuming editing that yeah, eventually, if I can ever get to the point to where I can afford it, I will be getting somebody to do my editing for me just so I don't have to. The whole reason I do it now is because I've always enjoyed being a content creator. I've been making videos now. Oh, I'm going to be 35 in just over uh what, 6 weeks. So I've been making content now for over 20 years total, because I started making videos before I got into high school. And when I got into high school, I was in AV, which is audio and video class, and it was one of the only regular ed classes I had. And I thoroughly enjoyed it because it was my way of showing my views on things and my uh, way to express myself, whether I was angry, whether I was upset with, like, for instance, the white buffalo hunt a couple years ago that I made a video for and went viral. There's been a number of different reasons that I have always enjoyed making videos. And unfortunately, the more that my site screws with me and fades away over time, the more I know I'm going to have to rely on somebody in the future to actually do that editing for me, because I will not be able to see good enough to continue doing it myself. Unfortunately, I would like to be able to, but I know that's not going to be something that is going to be fully plausible for my entire life. And fortunately, when I did all the videos that are coming out on Mondays currently, those I hurried up and edited in a batch and uploaded in a batch. That way I could be focused on doing these live streams. And even then, each of those videos took me anywhere from 2 hours to 4 hours to edit and get everything set up so it was the best I could possibly do at that time, rushing myself. And I know that I'm going to have to improve upon that and make things a little bit easier in the future for myself. Otherwise, it's going to take me even longer. Which I think now that I've done the last 29 days, technically, of live streaming, that I will be a little bit quicker in my content. I will be able to edit them a little bit quicker as well because now I'm not sitting here with low energy. I'm not sitting here double stepping things or things like that. I have a feeling that when I do the content from now on, it'll be a lot easier to edit because it will be less hesitant because of my self-esteem and lack of confidence on camera and wanting to be perfect. And I know that perfect is not what we want. Perfect is the enemy of good, as Dan Courier would say. And I think by the live streaming that I've done this entire month, it'll make things a lot easier because I know now when I set up each of my recorded videos exactly how it's going to go because I use bullet points and things like that, and it will make it a lot easier for the show flow from now on because I'm going to have the research done. I'm going to have my bullet point notes there so it'll be easier to touch on the things I want to, and it'll be easier for the editing process because I have the ability of setting things up now in a structure where it'll be more specific for me to be able to find in the content itself, whether it's me clapping my hands at the beginning to give the audio spike to know that's where a start point is, or maybe even clapping in the middle of the video at a spot where I need to cut something out, or even giving the old-fashioned cutthroat to myself to be able to symbolize the ability there to go, here, this is where you cut this section out. And it'll make things a lot easier. Now, I'm not saying my streams or my videos are going to be perfect, but I do know that overall they are going to improve the longer that I do them. So thank you all for being here and allowing me to get this experience for the last 29 days of live streaming, because without you all here and participating in the chat and leaving comments and giving that feedback, I would not have been able to improve. Hey, Danny, how are you doing? Good evening, brother. Hope you're having a good day. Hey, Paximus, hashtag Pax Familia is in the house. Greatly appreciated, brothers. Thank you for joining us. It's great to see you here. To do a quick recap for those of you that are just joining us, today's LEDA challenge is to explain how I'm going to train our community in following along in the community values that I've set out yesterday and the day before, because we've kind of touched on this subject a little bit about what we want and how we're going to get it and things that we need to do to get it. And I believe we've already pretty much done exactly all that training because I've made the comment almost every live stream about what I expect here and why I expect that to happen. And it's pretty simple. Be respectful to each other, whether you're sighted or disabled. Be respectful in general, because I think that if we can respect each other, it's easier for us to be able to communicate rather than having the fear of, well, I say something that might not be the same opinion you have, that we can agree to disagree. There's no reason to attack each other for different views, whether it's on politics or misunderstandings of news or whatever the hell it may be. So long as we can be respectful to each other and agree to disagree on whatever topic it may be, I'm happy because that there in itself creates a safe environment for people to be able to talk. And that is one of my goals. Some people may not understand why I go on my rants the way I do or touch on some of the topics I do, but I feel it's my responsibility as a Marine, as a Native warrior, as a spiritual leader to talk on some of these sensitive topics, because if we don't talk and discuss these things openly, things that are bad are only going to get worse. And the more that we watch things fall downhill, the more we're going to continue watching it fall downhill. Because if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat history. And I don't think any of us wants to repeat the trials and tribulations and struggles from the last 500 years. I'm just saying. Now, we can go back even further than that, but I don't think we really need to at this point. It's just a little reference of not continuing down the same path as all of the generations before us. I am not one to follow the crowd. If you can't tell by the way that I've already showed you throughout the last 28 days in these streams, you might want to go back and check out some of them episodes. Yeah, I'm doing good, Danny, and about as well as can be expected anyway. You know, I've got some trolls within my own family that are trying to cause some issues, but whatever. Let them talk their shit. They can do whatever they want because I'm not going to tolerate dealing with the games. And besides that, let them. They can talk all they want because those who actually know me and see what I do and actually care about what I do are the ones that will stick around, and those who don't, well, they'll leave. And if they don't, well, eventually the trash will take itself out. Just saying. I'm glad you agree with that there, Danny, because that's always been one of my famous sayings, at least ever since I was a kid. That's something I've been saying is if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat history. And I'm a history nut. I have to be. If you haven't noticed my shirt, I am wearing one of my tribal shirts, and it says Three Fires, Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi, which are the three tribes that I belong to here in Michigan. And technically, I'm registered to one, but my bloodline is from all three. And that's one thing that I've actually started teaching a little bit about here is culture. And I am still waiting on some answers back from elders about some of the things that they will allow me to share here and what they will not allow me to share here. I'm also going to be putting together another channel here in the near future specifically for these kind of teachings as well, because I am a spiritual leader. I think it is necessary for me to have that other channel separate from everything else. That way I can touch specifically on them kind of topics. This has been something that has been suggested to me by friends and by family and by elders before, but I was always nervous to do it because, as I said, I've had some self confidence issues before doing this challenge and insecurities that I've had to learn to get over in the last 28 days. And because of that, I think I am now comfortable enough to go out and create that other channel specifically for spiritual teachings and things related to it, and be able to confidently give that information and open up with everybody about the teachings that I've received and how I perceive things going, and helping others so they can do what they wish to in their lives without having that judgmental person telling them that, well, your opinion of your faith is wrong, or your faith is not for me because, well, it's not Christian, or it's not Catholic, or it's not whatever the hell. Because I think as individuals we have that right to our opinion. As Constitution says, you can have freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, and freedom of the press. That's 4 rights in one amendment. And that's what I have intended for here, is that safe space of giving everybody the opportunity to speak. I don't care what faith you are, whether you're a Christian or a Catholic, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, I don't care. This is a safe space to be able to speak, and I want to be able to give that opportunity to others because, as I've said before, I have wanted to start my own church, which is non denominational, open to all faiths, to be able to share their cultural teachings and religious teachings to everybody, because it does not matter which one you are. There is no reason that we cannot coexist. We all come from the same earth. We all bleed red. We just might have varying opinions. That is your individual right, and I will defend that individual right. I don't care what country you're from or what color skin you have. Don't care what religion you are. I have studied religion for years because of my ancestral line, and I can't stand people that bash each other over religion, because there's no reason that we cannot agree to disagree and allow people to be individuals. That conformity shit does not fly with me. Yeah, I know, Danny. Every bridge I build can have the potential for a troll under it. And it sucks to be them trolls, 'cause they'll get thumped real quick. May not be physically, but they will get thumped real quick, because between moderators that I have assisting me and myself, you control all you want. Go ahead, because you'll be removed, or you'll be blocked, or your comment will be removed, because it won't be tolerated. And I think it's funny, because before this challenge, that was one of my biggest issues, was getting trolled. Now I really don't give two shits if I do, because I've got my phone right here on my oldest channel. That way I can moderate myself without having to do it on the laptop. And then I've got moderators that are here in the live stream watching and participating in the chat as well. So if I don't get it, one of them will. And it sucks to be you if you're a troll, because once we get a hold of you, you won't comment again. You'll be put onto that wonderful blacklist, and once you get put on that blacklist, you will never have a comment shared on this channel again. Just putting it out there. Be respectful, and you have no issues. Be disrespectful, and you'll be dealt with accordingly. We are getting close to the top of the hour. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to drop them into the chat. Please put question in all caps so it is a little bit easier for me to see. It would be greatly appreciated. Now, I'm curious because we have 7 viewers right now. I would love, 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 love to get your input. Please, if you would, what are your thoughts on live streams from now on after this challenge? How often would you honestly like to see a live stream here on this channel? Do you only want to see me once a week? Do you want to see me every day? Do you want to see me every other day? Let me know because I cannot figure out a schedule that will fit our community without your feedback. As well as I am looking for your suggestions on what you would prefer to be called. I've seen 2 suggestions yesterday that would be kind of funny to use, but I want to make sure that you are the ones that are going to be okay with that. I would prefer you to be giving your input so I am not just going all willy nilly and going here, like it or not. Because this channel is not for me, it's for you. You are the one that it's for, therefore, your feedback is going to be what makes this channel what it is. I'm just the content creator, I'm just the guy on screen. Whatever I do is for you. So if you don't give feedback, I don't know how to improve on things to make it better for you. I can call you the tribe, or I can call you the consultant dynasty, or the consulting crew, or a ton of other possibilities. But until I get your input, I will not refer to you in that way because I'm not sure which one you like. I know that I like a couple of them, but doesn't mean that you like them. So I would love your input. What would you prefer to be called as community members here? And how often would you like to see me continue live streaming after this month? Well, thank you, Dana. That's greatly appreciated. Kim says, I like the name you suggested, Consulting Crew, and I would like to see at least one live stream minimum per week. Thank you, Kim, for that feedback. Greatly appreciated. What content are you working on for creating in the future? Right now, I have the next few weeks of videos are still based on the getting off of disability topic, and I will be reiterating those videos again in the sense that I will be doing a deeper dive, but yet again, on each of those 10 subjects as well as a couple other ones. I will be going back through and redoing my content that I had before this challenge along the lines of common questions for the blind and visually impaired, because we get some common ones and we get some crazy ones. And when I mean crazy, there's some crazy ones out there. There is common problems that we deal with in the blind and visually impaired community. There's tutorials that I've done that I will be adding into for StreamYard because of me being a partner now. I will be going back through and not only showing how to do the free version, but as well as the paid version. That way you have a good understanding of what I use, as well as making it understandable and easy for you to know how to use the platform yourself. StreamYard is doing their best to be the most accessible live streaming platform out there, and I agree that they are thus far. I haven't seen not one other platform yet that makes it this accessible and easy for somebody who is visually impaired to be able to use. OBS, StreamYard, eh, compared to OBS, is like hands down the simplest. Streamlabs and OBS are like pains in my ass. And if they're a pain in my ass with what low vision I have, I can only imagine how much more difficult it is for somebody else who has lower vision or no vision at all. I have a couple tutorials on Canva that I will be going through and doing a deeper dive in on how to do GIFs and animations and putting together newsletters, making overlays like mine here. Like, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon because if you don't, you won't get updated. I'm just saying, if you want to see more content here, you have to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you know when it's happening. That there is a overlay that I literally created 15 minutes before I came on today's live stream. I have other ones currently in the process. There's just a lot that I do on Canva, whether it's my t-shirt designs or making pictures for Pat Flynn. A couple of Pat Flynn's emojis that we use of his face actually came from my screenshots, which is freaking awesome that he even used them because I was not expecting that. In fact, I have like another 500 pictures that I have to send him in the next couple of days of the income stream because I go through and not only do the screenshots themselves, but I also take select few out of them and remove the backgrounds and things like that. That way I could put them on t-shirt designs that I'm working on for Pat, as well as just so he has them to be able to use for whatever he might want to use them for. It's one of the minor ways that I've figured that I could give back to Pat for all of the advice and help that he gives the quarantine fam, as well as because of the courses that he's offered all of us for free for the last 164 days. Seriously, Pat's been streaming 164 days straight. And this whole time the pandemic's going on, he's giving those courses away for free. And I have them. And because I have them courses and all the advice that he's given since this is all started, I figured that was a good way to give back to Pat is to do some graphics work and show him my appreciation. In fact, I actually am working on a gift for him that I had a little bit of difficulty with the fabrication last night, so I have to go back to the drawing board. But as soon as I get it done and shipped out to him, I can't wait to see the expression on his face when he gets it because I know he'll have it on camera just like he did with his previous gifts. And I'm sure when he gets that big box that he's going to freak the hell out. Awesome, Paximus. Thank you for your input on that. Greatly appreciated, brother. At least once a week is totally fine for me. If everybody would like more than that, please let me know. Yeah, Danny, one a day is a bit much, but I've already done it for the last 29 days, including today, so I could do it. It's just the fact that I would have to figure out content for each stream. Now, don't get me wrong, I could probably come up with a list of 30, 31 topics every day to have stuff to talk about, but how many of you are really going to want to listen to each of them topics? Because I can go on some crazy rants, as you've all seen before. I get onto them topics and then I start sharing my opinion, and well, you might agree, you might not agree. Other viewers might agree or disagree, and might even just find some of the topics boring or irrelevant. So I could come up with all kinds of stuff to talk about, but I want to ensure the topics that I cover are things that everybody here is going to be interested in. And I know not every topic is going to be something you're all interested in, but I would like to keep it so the majority of you are interested in each topic for whatever live stream or recorded content it is. Um, I am actually working on getting a better timer for the beginning of these live streams. I'm looking at how I can set up music for in the background as well, because I do have a mixer and things like that, but I want to ensure that I have the best setup. So I will be doing some experimenting after I do my live stream for Late in the Night in the group there on Facebook. That way I can try to have it better for the next live stream. As I said the other day, I'm going to be doing a lot of experimenting here in the live streams from now on, as well as in general. That way I can get the best possible flow for the stream and for content, and giving that value and making sure that the quality of the content is as best as possible for me. Because if I can't get this flow going properly or have things work better to improve on the content, well, then I don't see people wanting to watch the content. So I am doing a little bit each day to improve on things and hopefully make the content here, whether it's recorded or live, better for everybody. Packs ended one a week. I'd only add a couple clips from your stream as there are vids mixed in. I could, when you mean by adding in a couple clips, Samson, are you talking about like maybe take a couple clips out of my recorded content and put them into the live stream? Kind of like I did with my Consult the Blind Guy intro video. Just so I want to make sure that I understood that right. Oh, all right. Clips from the live stream and make them their own video. All right. Thank you, brother. Greatly appreciated. Okay, for those of you who are here in the live stream, real quick, would you give me an emoji to let me know if you vote yes or no for the consulting crew? Yes, I shaved. Yes, Kim, I did. That is one thing that you will notice is during the spring, summer months is I do my best to stay clean shaven. I don't shave every day because the more I shave, the quicker it comes in. And during the winter, I will actually grow it out. That way I have a little bit of wind protection and stuff on my face because I absolutely hate the cold. And I mean, I despise it like there is no tomorrow. That is why most of the time you see me in my Consult a Blind Guy or Raven's videos one hoodie is because of the air conditioner on. If the air conditioner's on, I've usually got my hoodie on so I'm not freezing to death because I don't like the cold. I like to be comfy, but I do not like to be cold. And that's why I'm not wearing a hoodie today is because, well, air conditioner's not running because windows are open throughout the house and the laptop in front of me is a little bit warm and the light up over there that I've got on me is a little bit warm. So I'm a little comfy to on the warm side rather than being chilly because the vent behind me blowing on my neck if it were on. But yes, I did shave because that's another thing within the community is the elders prefer that I shave because, you know, if I was full-blooded like some of my grandparents and aunts and uncles and relatives before me, we didn't have a whole lot of facial hair and things like that in the native community, so they prefer that I shave it off to look the part. And I kind of understand that, but at the same time, I feel like it's discrimination against me because of being a mixed blood, but whatever. I'll do my best to keep the elders mildly happy because, as I've said before in a couple of streams, I am one of those within the community as a spiritual leader who will still argue with my elders because, well, we have a differing opinion on some of our teachings and the way that things are, and I would let it be known. There's so many elders within the community that I can't keep all of them happy, but I know I can keep a good fair amount of them happy. And that's one thing that I do my best at is to get permission from all of them before I do things. And as I said, half of them will say one thing and the other half will say something else. So I do my best to keep on the right path and at least seek out the advice from them before I do things. Oh, that's crappy, Danny. I know over there in the UK lately, you guys have been getting some hellacious crazy weather. Flash floods and really cold during the day and especially cold at night. It's just been wow. Um, you know, I had the interview with Martin Hewlett couple weeks ago, and he was talking about the rain and flash floods in his area. And then yesterday in the leader group, married couple on there in the challenge were talking about how their son over in the UK just had flash floods and ended up destroying his house. So I feel you on the crazy weather and being cold over there, man, because what you guys are dealing with right now is just crazy. And keeping you in my thoughts and prayers over there too because of all that crazy weather. But all right, consulting crew, we are just over the top of the hour. So I would like to thank you all again for joining me here today. It is greatly appreciated, and thank you for the feedback. That way I know what I'm going to start preparing for in the next couple of days. I will be continuing at least one live stream a week. I will work on figuring out exactly which day I want to do that on. That way I can make sure I don't overlap with any of the live streams I watch or any of the other meetings and things that I have, like with Pat Flynn on Thursdays usually. I want to ensure that I have a good set schedule for everything to go on from this point forward. So stay tuned for that update because I will make that known as well. And please don't forget to hit that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos and more. And I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow afternoon in the same time at the same place here on YouTube, on Facebook, as well as on Twitter. And again, if you have any questions or comments, feedback, please feel free to drop that in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you do not wish to comment below, you can always email me at consult.ablindguy@gmail.com. And I'll put that up there real quick so you could see it. It is in all caps to make sure it is highly visible for you. And again, thank you all for coming and supporting me today. It is greatly appreciated. And I look forward to chatting with you all again soon. If you're with us on Facebook, I will be posting in the Hangout group soon. If you're not with us on Facebook yet, please feel free to join us. It is a safe community, just like here in the live streams. Same rules apply. As long as you're respectful to each other, you're more than welcome to join us. But thank you all again. I hope you have a good day or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And I will see you tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Hope you have a good one. Peace out until tomorrow.